Not one of you said, I'll go forth, mix it up, figure out what I want, and deprive myself of it by my attitudes and opinions about things. Not one of you said that. Every one of you said, I'll go forth, I'll figure out what I want. It will be held into a sort of vibrational escrow for me until I'm able to figure out how to come into vibrational alignment with it. And when I do, a manifestation will occur, and then I will have a new vibrational stance from which I will compare again and ask again and line up again and receive again. In other words, you know that it's this ongoing cycle. So when you ask a question about your inner being, about that larger part of you, we want to bring into the discussion the word blended or blending. We want you to feel the blending of you and you. And we want the understanding of blending to be so significant that it's not even the blending between you and you. It's just you. We just want you to be present. But who are you? Who are you is the combination of all of this. Who you are is someone who explores and comes to personal decisions, and then who allows the personal understanding and knowledge and beingness of that broader, wiser, older self to flow with you in this moment. And if you can just blend those unique perspectives and recognize that you're in alignment or you're not, and when you feel good you are, and when you feel bad you're not, and just leave it at that. If you could just let your dominant intent be to be standing in a place where you are aligned with the central grid of who you are, then everything else will take care of itself. So here's how it all worked out. You come, you bang around, you interact with others, you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, you develop all kinds of opinions and behavioral patterns. And through much of that, you're creating life by default because you really don't know for sure consciously what you're doing, except every step along the way, you did have emotion that was letting you know how you felt. For the most part, you didn't really know what that meant. And that is really interesting to us, that the scope of humanity can be moving around, feeling things that feel good and feeling things that feel bad, and not have any real understanding that the better it feels, the better it is. How you got crossways of that one took some convincing by those who wanted your attention upon them, who wanted their life to be better, who believed that in order for their life to be better, you needed to conform to their desires. In other words, I would feel better if you would behave in a way that would make me feel better. And if I can control you, I will, because my feeling good really matters to me. And if I can't control you, then I'll just get more forces around me to try to control you, because feeling good is what I really want. So when we come in answer to what Jerry was asking, and in answer to what Esther eventually began to ask, Esther wasn't asking much in the beginning. Jerry was the asker. Oh, he had questions, because he had been banging around with all kinds of people for a long enough time to know that there had to be much more to the equation of all of this than was understood commonly. And so he began asking those pertinent questions, those personal questions. Esther was just sort of bipping along, living happily ever after. She was allowing good things to come to her, and they did. And as Jerry and Esther came together, they equaled a sort of powerful combination where he wanted to know, often from a place of being vibrationally out of whack with what he wanted to know. And what Esther added to the equation was not enough interest in the subject to have an opinion that was in her way.